What's poppin', y'all? Welcome to another great episode of Tag Team Talk. I think we have a very eventful, very talkative, very conversational filled episode for y'all. But make sure before we get into anything, make sure y'all hit that like button because this is going to be an epic episode. Make sure that subscribe button if you're new, and make sure y'all comment what y'all liked and disliked about WrestleMania because that's what we about to get into. Man, I already know my man's Mind Reese is fresh out the venue. Fresh out the venue. He ready to talk.
Man, look, it's been an eventful weekend.
Has it
It's,
been amazing? Would you say it's been a good weekend?
it's been a good weekend. It hasn't been amazing, but it's been a good weekend.
A good weekend. Hey, at least you can say your money is worth a good weekend.
I spent a lot of money, but I am having a good time. That's what matters. Even outside of just like WrestleMania and stuff. Um, I'm meeting up with old friends that I haven't seen in a while. I'm meeting a lot of my Twitter friends from the wrestling timeline and stuff. So You know, moments like that are always cool. WrestleMania is cool too. Some moments, obviously, not all of them. SmackDown was all right. I had some pretty good seats.
Okay.
Um, NXT was really good. And tomorrow we got the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and they got one last chance, man. Last chance.
Sometimes the Raw after Mania could be mid.
Man, last year I was there. It was ass.
Yeah. It was really bad.
It was
Some
bad.
sometimes it's just a filler episode. It's not like how it was when we was growing up. Well, somebody just was in a Hell in a Cell match that night. Then they in the match again on Monday.
And to be honest, like the whole Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania thing, they always say, "Oh man, you never know what can happen." Historically, it's like, bro, the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania only been like great like three times. Like
Yeah.
maybe like 2012, 2013. Actually, that might be it. Like it's honestly just it's not as big of a thing as they try to make it seem. But if you're gonna make it seem like a big thing, you gotta deliver. So
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. So we could just start with night one. Um, I thought of the two nights, it was the more underwhelming night. I thought it was,
I
for me,
agree.
it was carried by the main event, which I think delivered heavily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so what was your overall thoughts on night one?
This is very interesting because we getting like two different perspectives almost because I was in the arena, I felt the atmosphere, I knew what the crowd
True.
sounded like. I get to get your perspective from like what did the crowd sound like from the TV? What was the atmosphere like from the TV?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, most people definitely feel like night one was lackluster. Um, and it bothers me when I get online and people say, "Oh man, this crowd sucks." And it's like, bro, they're not giving us anything to work with. Like,
Yeah.
um, they opened with Jey Uso, Gunther. Jay got the crowd hype.
That's
Match was okay.
yeah. That's exactly how I would describe the match. I would say it was okay. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say it was anything um, that would like blow you away. Um,
yeah,
and I was someone who kind of said that coming into the match. I don't know if Jake could really hang with Gunther.
mm,
Um, and I think they kind of kept it safe and protected, and they kind of let him do his thing. I will say, live when I was watching it, I had said it on stream. I was like, Jay is not using the super kick. I don't know if
yeah.
he was not using it. He
Nah,
he noticed the criticism that a lot of people was giving him on the internet is that all he does is use super kicks, and I will say I want to give him some big props for that. He did. He got into his bag a little bit more, and I was like, okay, Jay, we
it
not
always
just
bothered me when people say, "Man, Jay can't wrestle," but it's like, bro, y'all just was calling him one half of the greatest tag team of all time, or one of the greatest
exactly.
tag teams of all time. He can wrestle, bro. He did tone down on the super kicks. I didn't have high expectations for that match coming in, so like it was cool for me. It's not something I go back and watch constantly, like for the match. Um, the moment of him winning, like it was great to see Jay finally do it.
Yeah.
The finish to the match was just like, I just don't agree with them having Gunther tap out.
It.
Like,
I honestly didn't agree with it either, and it was such a quick tap out. It didn't make sense. I was like, he put him in a chokehold, and then Gunther like within 3 seconds was tapping out, and I was like, what?
I hate quick tap outs. And it's like, bro, even Cody Rhodes had to beat Gunther with like a roll up, something quick.
Yeah.
And Jey Uso put him in a sleeper hole and made him tap out. Like, I would have been okay with like Jay getting the 1, 2, 3, boom, just pinning Gunther. But tap out, man. I don't
And
know.
it's
It's
like
because I'm a Gunther fan.
Jay isn't even the type to make someone tap out either.
It just ain't feel right.
It didn't feel right. It was such a. I will say the ending of it was surprising because I didn't when he put him in a chokehold. In my mind, I don't think the match is ending.
Yeah, I was like, okay, he's about to break out of this and we're gonna keep going. No.
I don't. I am. I will say Jay. Jay had a phenomenal year.
Hmm.
Um, he is one of the most over superstars that we've seen over the last 10 years.
I think he
Um,
might be the most over right now.
and I think that's kind of why they went this direction, just because
Yeah.
he puts money in those seats. He gets 15,000 people about their seats, and they start dancing for him, and they sing his song, and it's like, I get it. He is the most over superstar in the league, but it was just kind of weird to see Gunther lose. I wanted Gunther to win.
I knew Gunther wasn't going to win. I had accepted it. Gunther is my guy. Hopefully on to more things, but it's just a tap out for me
Yeah,
that it just put a sour taste in my mouth. But I couldn't be mad at it for too long because I was happy for Jay and I did want to see Jay win. So,
I feel like from your perspective, the crowd had to be crazy when he won.
the crowd went crazy. Crowd went crazy. Crowd went crazy when he came out. Crowd went crazy when he won, especially since it's like nobody expected Gunther to tap.
Yeah, it,
Nobody.
from my perspective, it was kind of the crowd energy isn't always felt at mania events.
Mhm.
Just because I told people on stream that they're not the arena's so big, it's kind of hard to capture all that sound.
That's not even it, really, because like it's a dome.
Yeah, that's
So like,
also why.
it's a dome, so like the sound is staying in, but it's like a lot of people were like, "Man, the crowd's not loud." They weren't lying. Like there were times during matches where
Um,
we're just not reacting because like, what the fuck do you want us to do? Like, I just like I know the European crowd when people like, man, the European crowds they just find something to chant about. I'm like, bruh, a lot of us have been up since 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time because NXT Takeover was so goddamn long early.
yeah,
Like, what do you want us to do? Like the crowd at NXT, excuse me, wasn't dead because we had something to cheer. If WrestleMania Night One gave us something worth cheering, wouldn't have been a problem.
I will say night one, as you would say, concession matches. There was a few in night one. There was
That's two for me.
there was none on night two for me.
There was not a single one on night two.
There was not a single one.
I will say, um, during someone's entrance, I went to get concessions, but
Okay,
because I still wanted to make it back for the match.
yeah, I feel you on that.
That was Damian Priest's entrance.
Okay.
Once I saw them bringing out equipment for a live performance, I said, "All right, I'm going to get my food." And no offense to whoever performed. I'm sure you did a fantastic job, and I like Damian Priest, but I was like, I
It
seen a
wasn't that
lot.
crazy of a performance. It was cool.
Yeah, like I went to get some food, and it didn't even take long. Like I made it back, but the night before there were two matches, and I think the first match is the one that's next up.
No, the next match was Jade and Naomi.
Was it?
I don't know if this one. I don't know if this what I'm looking at has it in order. Was it the War Raiders and New Day?
I think it was the War Raiders and New Day.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Yeah.
this. I'm not.
See,
I had it on, but I told my stream I was like, "We gonna watch basketball while this game,
I was about to
while this
say you
match
was
is
on
on."
stream, right?
Yeah, but I just said, "Hey, we gonna." I'm not really interested in this match, so we just gonna watch basketball until this match is over.
Uh,
I honestly don't know. I know New Day won.
I
They got the
told you. I think the episode we recorded before, like WrestleMania, I said this is my concessions match, and you text me, and you said, concessions. And when you text me, I sent the picture back. I was literally in
Yeah,
line.
and I was on stream. I was like, I'm gonna text Reese. I'm like, are you at the concessions? And you sent me that picture, and I showed them your picture. You at the concessions, and they was laughing. And I was like, see, I told you.
I was not lying. Soon as, bro, I didn't even watch the entrances. Soon as they said that's the match, I said, all right,
That's
let me
exactly
get the
what I did.
lines. And I
Exactly.
wasn't the only one because the lines were long. I did catch the finish of the match. I did catch a bit of the match near the end, but I didn't care, bro. They could have put that match on the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that TLC tag match that they advertising for next week on SmackDown, for some reason didn't make this card. Maybe it's a time thing, but
I don't care, man.
that should have been on the card. You don't leave a big match like a TLC match off the card. I just think that's
Charlotte and Tiffany went 19 minutes, bro. You could have cut Charlotte and Tiffany's. You could have cut like 5 minutes off that match. Cut this whole, cut this whole Raw tag team title match completely and put the SmackDown tag team TLC match right there.
yeah, yeah.
Like, it's no excuse, man.
And then I think next was the Jade match, or was that the Ray Phoenix? Okay.
No. It was a Jade match. Yeah.
Now this match locked in, tuned in, very excited for. I thought both of them delivered at a high level.
Um,
You don't think so?
I think they both did a really good job. I think at a high level, I don't know. I think Naomi, and it's expected of her to carry the match because she's the veteran. I think Jade handled her part well in what she was supposed to handle.
I thought the closing of the match was amazing.
You know what? I really enjoyed the match, so I can't even like.
Like she had her on her neck,
Yeah,
and then she popped her up, turned her around for a power bomb, and
she
that was
caught her
just
midair for a
yes,
suplex, bro.
yes. She caught her midair for, and Jade showcased a great deal of strength in this match,
Yeah,
and I thought that was just like wow, and like that, Jade literally does things in the ring that just leaves you like whoa. Like
did
people look at Rhea Ripley and be like, she's strong as hell, but no,
yeah.
Jade is like a different level of strong.
Rhea looks strong, but Jade showcases her strength much more than Rhea.
I would
Like,
agree.
like catching someone midair for a suplex is crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
insane. How did you feel about the winner? Did you want Jade to win or Naomi to
I thought it was right for Jade to win.
win?
Jade's first WrestleMania. Also her
Technically,
coming.
that's second.
What you
She
mean?
was on WrestleMania last year, but it was a tag team match, so it's like
Oh yeah, you're right. She
that's why I
wasn't.
said
Yeah,
technically.
she was. I
Yeah.
forgot about last year. Take for her first singles match.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. You already know Jay's gonna be a megastar, so they're gonna protect her early, build her up, make her look strong. She does that normally. She doesn't really need to be made to look strong just because she fucking dominates her opponents in
Yeah.
like ways that you don't really see women do. Like she's like doing things that like you would see like Chris Masters do. Like she'll have you in a suplex and be like and holding you in there. Like
Right.
that's the stuff that like Chris Masters them used to do back in the
Right.
day.
I saw somebody say something like Jade winning was the right decision, but I think Naomi losing was the wrong decision. And it's a lose-lose situation because it's like you don't want to have Jade lose this match in the feud. It makes sense for her to win, but Naomi has been doing such good work. You want to reward her, but sometimes being rewarded doesn't mean you win. Like being rewarded is Naomi having this stage,
Exactly.
having this story, and now moving forward, hopefully they continue to do more with her character. we'll see. This Jade and Naomi thing might not even be over. Who knows? Um, but it was a good match. I'm proud of them both making history at WrestleMania. It was a pretty good match, a decent match.
Yeah, I agree. I think overall, I would probably give that match like an 8 out of 10. I thought it was good. If it was longer and they had a little bit more time to cook up some more shit, that I feel like they could have gave us a 10 out of 10 level match.
I give it like a 7 out of 10 because it's another match I want to give 8 out of 10 to, and I don't think it was as good as that match.
Okay. We could just skip. I'm not even going to talk about the Ray Phoenix and El Grande Americano because
That's
like
the other concessions match.
I didn't really watch this match. I saw the ending of it of him diving off the top rope, headbutting him with the thing in his mask. Other than that, I didn't. It didn't move me because this was supposed to be Rey Mysterio's match, and Ray got hurt on Friday Night SmackDown. So
Actually, I think I went to take a piss during this match.
yeah, I don't blame you. When I saw Rey Mysterio wasn't in it, I mentally clocked out. Like I was just like, okay, it's no Rey Mysterio. They had to rush and get Ray Phoenix in there, and it was just kind of like, eh.
I already didn't care about the match, but taking out one of the participants, then now I just, like I said, piss break.
We could just jump into LA Knight Jacob Fatu.
This was the 8 out of 10 for
Just
me.
8 out of 10. I would agree. I thought Fatu was just Fatu and LA Knight got a great chemistry in the ring.
They do.
And it was very evident, and especially that one spot where Fatu went for a moonsault and got caught into a BFT. I
Oh my
just
God.
I just was like, whoa. Like
The
like I'm
stadium is
just
crazy.
I just like and from my perspective I couldn't even tell if the arena went that crazy, but like I was going crazy because I'm just
Yeah.
like he tried to hit the BFT before that and he missed, and then for them to set it up that way is like I've never seen the BFT really come out of nowhere like that.
Yeah,
That's
that was like some
that
RKO shit.
RKO type shit. That's exactly that's literally the type of vibes that it gave off, and I'm excited for Jacob Fatu future as the United States champion. I thought him winning was the right thing. I feel like he's done a great job this year of building his character up, looking like a fucking werewolf, like as he's being portrayed as. I did think this whole shit. They had Shinsuke had a United States title for a little bit, and then LA Knight took it back. And then LA Knight only has it for 40. I feel like them having they should just kept the title on LA Knight the whole time. I feel like having Shinsuke Nakamura have the title for however long he had it. I don't even remember. It just felt irrelevant because Shinsuke isn't even involved in anything no more.
The worst part is like Shinsuke didn't do anything with that title run, so it just felt worthless.
Yeah,
And then you put it back on LA Knight just for Jacob Fatu to beat him later. And that's okay. I'm fine with that because
yeah.
Jacob deserves this. And I think it's time for LA Knight to move on from mid card to main event because he's constantly getting reactions and pops every single night, like consistently. He's still one of the most popular. You've got to move him up at this point, honestly.
I just don't see the angle right now.
I mean, slowly, not
Jay,
like right
yeah,
away.
yeah, because like Jay is a baby face. That'd
Yeah.
be weird to have LA Knight and Jay going at each other.
LA Knight is on SmackDown.
No, yeah, true, but you know they kind of interbreed. You
Yeah.
could switch and shit. And then Cena, I feel like they're gonna continue Cena with Cody in some sort of way, shape, or form. With that, so it's I don't know. I don't really know his angle. I feel like that's kind of why he hasn't been brought up to the main event stage because it seems like whenever feel like it's his moment, it always feels like there's a weird or tricky way to get him there.
It's possible. I do think I know it's not like in terms of him being ready. It's just it's kind of crowded. You gotta find the right space for him. I would run a like LA Knight versus John Cena championship match, not have LA Knight win, but just like to put him in that spot against a heel John Cena and see how that goes sometime this year. But next year, um, once Cena's gone, he's dropped the title to whoever he's dropped it to, probably Cody. Um, maybe LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble, maybe just, gets a championship match next year. Maybe he wins Money in the Bank this year. Who knows?
Yeah,
I just think it's time for him to move up and be rewarded. And I think he belongs in the main event scene.
he does. I 100% agree. I'm
Yeah.
not. They found a way to get Jay in there, so I think now
Yeah,
it's time to find a way to get LA Knight in there.
I agree.
So, I mean, I think it's so funny to see how some of these dudes really like pop off and hit the main event scene when they like 38, 40.
Yeah.
Like wrestling is so crazy that like LA Knight is technically like old, but like
Yeah.
he's hitting his peak at the right. It just so happened that he's hitting his peak now, but like he still is like he looks and moves like a young body still, and
Yeah.
he's showing up and wrestling on Friday night. Like he would wrestle on a Friday night. He's not one of those dudes that's gonna just take nights off. So
I agree.
his work ethic shows, and I'm extremely happy with the year that I saw from him.
Yeah, I just think it should be rewarded. That's all.
No, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
The next one where I think a big reward was given, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton came out on top in this match, and
Thank God.
very very well deserved. Tiffy had an amazing year. Um, she went from being a bitchy heel to a baby face in a feud with Charlotte Flair, and she killed that shit. I was I was interested to see how she would carry being a babyface after being a heel for years. Even when she was with NXT, she was the heel the whole time, and then she came to the WWE. They started her as a heel, and then the transition in the babyface was just like it didn't feel like there was like a felt like it was kind of immediate. It just kind of
It
just
was
went
like
right.
seamless.
Yeah, it kind of just went right into it. And I kind of fuck with this match. I thought it was decent. Um, Charlotte definitely was a little stiff in this match.
Yeah.
As you can see, the aftermath, the way Tiffany fucking face was destroyed. I didn't like watching the match. You couldn't really tell that Charlotte was being that stiff,
Yeah.
but to see how fucking beat up her face was after the match, I'm like, that shit seemed personal. And I'm like, that. I know they shit ended up getting personal, but I remember I had asked you, like, are they going to wrestle stiff? And you was like, nah, I think they'll still be professional. And I think Tiffany was. I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that Charlotte was 100% professional in this match.
I think this match was bogus as hell. Um, but that's only because I just feel like Charlotte and Tiffany don't have any chemistry in the ring together.
Oh, yeah, they don't. It
Yeah.
was like
Like,
water and oil in a way.
yeah. Like people kept trying to compare them, like, oh, they both blonde, they do moonsaults. Okay, what else? Because they're nothing alike at all. Um, as far as the stiffness, you can't really like you could tell somewhat during the match watching it live, but then you see the clips online, and it's like near the end of the match, Charlotte is sandbagging Tiffany,
Yeah,
which
I saw
like
that.
if you know what sandbagging is in wrestling, you know
Dead
what
waiting.
sandbagging is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dead weight
Um,
when you should be helping your opponent at least give some effort to help them lift you up.
exactly.
And Charlotte was essentially making Tiffany Stratton go through squatting. She had to pretty much go through a squat lesson. She had to really dig deep to get her big ass up. Because Charlotte ain't a small woman. Let's be honest.
Nah,
Charlotte's like 6'1",
she ain't that goddamn tall, but close.
something like that. She like 6 feet, I think.
The girl, if you that close, the Memphis Grizzlies need you. They need somebody out there, mom. Um, but the sandbag, and it's just, and Charlotte got a little history of that. But I mean, it is what it is. In my opinion, the right person won.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
I don't know if Tiffany showed that she's ready for those long matches. I don't know if you could blame it on that, or maybe it's just the fact her and Charlotte really don't have that chemistry. But this is not the last time we'll see Tiffany on a big stage at
Oh no,
WrestleMania.
no,
Trust me.
she's 25.
Yeah,
I think
she'll be
she's
around for a while.
I think she's only showing that she's built for this moment. I mean, I think you could blame a lot of this match on Charlotte Flair. I just don't
She
think Charlotte Flair just really wasn't. It wasn't the Charlotte Flair I'm accustomed to watching.
it was the Charlotte fan I'm accustomed to watching.
Nah, I feel like when I saw Charlotte last year at WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley, they put on a fucking classic to where I was like, this might be match of the weekend. Like they did some shit last year with her and Rhea
That's one of the
Ripley.
greatest matches of all time, but even still, that's Rhea Ripley too. Like I think Rhea's better than Tiffany. Tiffany only been wrestling for like 3 years, like
Yeah.
which is insane to even say. But especially in that instance, if you're a veteran like Charlotte, you should want to be helping this person and help mold them. And granted, she might be doing that, and we may not see it. I don't want to make assumptions, but the way things look in the ring, it just gives it gives that opposite effect. And they could be doing it on purpose to try to make people seem like, oh, are they for real? Charlotte being a professional is this planned? So we don't know, but Tiffany definitely looks like a soldier after that match.
It's so crazy seeing her hold the belt and like look Charlotte's way, looking all mad and shit. And I'm just like I'm so curious as to how much of this match was personal versus storytelling and them just ever since the shit came out from with them saying Ludwig was in my DMs and you 0-3 outside of the ring is what like ever since that shit went completely off script and it got personal to the point where even Ric Flair said that he has comments on it but he don't want to go there and it seemed like it really triggered Charlotte Flair in a way and Tiffany Stratton. So it seems like it's been weird ever since then. So like it's hard
Ain't,
to tell what's real and what's not now.
ain't nobody listening to Ric Flair, man. Sometimes. I think that's the point, though. I think that's what they wanted to go for after things really got personal. They probably wanted to blur those lines a bit, and I think they did a pretty good job at it. But overall, this match just it didn't do it for me. It's very middling, like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I would probably give it like a 6. Um, I would agree. But then I will say the follow up was a lot more exciting with Seth Punk and Seth Punk and Roman Reigns. I don't know why I was trying to say his name, but yeah, this match had a lot of storytelling. It had a lot of history. It had subliminals. It had surprises. It literally had everything you could ask for in a triple threat besides like interferences from like other stars. And I feel like fans do get spoiled with the interference from other stars.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just can't take something for what it is and enjoy it in a moment. But I felt like this match delivered to where you really didn't need that. Um, and I think that for the whole match, I think every star had their moment in the match where they dominated and they looked strong and they had moments where they looked high and it was like, oh shit, he went and you're like, oh no, Seth doing this. Oh no, this for sure Seth winning now. And then you get Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' emotion when he get in that mode, especially when they was about to do the shield with the
Powerbomb.
shield power bomb through the table, and then he ended up just punching Seth, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, his emotions and his ability to sell shit as if he's about to like he can really fool you.
Yeah.
Like, and he is so fucking great at what he does with his ability to tell shit with his emotions. He doesn't even have to say nothing. He didn't say a word during that whole thing, but
Nah.
you felt it.
Roman has gotten really good at that with the facial expressions in the ring and stuff. It's stuff like that is a part of a Roman Reigns match. Um, Overall, this match was amazing.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think that this is one of the greatest triple threat matches I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
Um, the Shield spot was cool. I wasn't expecting Roman to like turned back on Seth before doing it. I thought we were about to get the Shield powerbomb, but
I did
Logan
too.
said, "Forget it, I can do it myself." Which was a cool moment, him putting Punk through the table, then him putting Seth through the other table. A lot of near falls in this match, but you can damn near argue this could have main evented night two.
It could have.
Yeah,
The whole Paul Heyman thing with the steel chair, cinema.
unfortunate, man. Rat bastard.
It was cinema, man. It
It
was
was
cinema.
beautiful, man.
It was like poetry. He gives it to CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Then he betrays Punk
Mm-hmm.
and tells him, "You made me choose. You made me choose. I've always wanted my tribal chief." Paul Heyman is also great with the emotions, man. Paul Heyman can cry on demand. And he's done it a few times during this feud. And people who can cry on command are very powerful human beings. And
Very
Paul
dangerous.
Heyman has shown you that as your manager, he can take you to the moon. And I feel like that ability to show emotions at any given time for Paul Heyman, it just like flips. And it's like, it's amazing. I remember that one story where he said he didn't sleep for 24 hours so he can play into a role even better. I forgot what role it was, but he had told a story about how he didn't sleep for 24 hours just so his eyes looked red and droopy so he can play in. Like, Paul Heyman is the GOAT of this shit,
Probably
man.
around the time last year when Solo was doing his tribal chief thing.
I don't remember, but I just know he is really the GOAT of this shit, man.
Yeah.
And then he gives the chair to Roman. Roman's about to backstab Seth. And then he fucking low blows Roman. And then,
He was on his ass on Twitter saying his freaky ass got all up in there.
I was like, I was like, oh shit, look at him. He got all the balls with that one. Like,
That's crazy.
that's what that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
When he did it though, I was watching it on screen. I'm like, man, why he shaking his arm?
He's literally shaking his seat.
They say he was down there doing the pepper grinder. I'm like, what? I'm like, you already low blowed him. Like, you adjusting the balls with your arm.
You getting the whole feel with it.
And his face was like, I'm like, bro, let go. Oh God, boy. Paul Heyman is a treasure, but yeah, that was a hell of a moment. Like after a while, I think everybody in the stadium and pretty much everybody at home like kind of saw it coming. But when it happened, it's like, oh man.
And it's just like
Seth Rollins.
I was so happy.
Didn't even look. Seth didn't even look. He
knew.
He held his hand out waiting for the chair. So
I guess that's the favor. That's the favor.
That's the favor. That's one thing I'm excited about for Monday, seeing the aftermath of that. But it is very interesting, much more interesting than that night two main event. I'll tell you that much.
I'm wondering what's the next angle with this, because I don't see a world where this continues to be triple threat. Is this now Punk's out, right? Since Punk is no longer the Paul Heyman guy. I mean, he technically will always be a Paul Heyman guy. So like, I don't really know the next angle. Who is Seth feuding with?
Well, first of all, we know Roman going away. We don't know when we're going to see him again.
He's not advertised for tomorrow or Friday?
I don't know if he's advertised, but after WrestleMania, yeah, he's going to be gone for like a few months for sure. He don't show up on TV like that no more, especially since he's not champion. CM Punk, on the other hand, shows up more, and there's already beef between Punk and Rollins, and Seth Rollins still has not gotten his win on CM Punk or pinned CM Punk or anything. So they might run that, or they might just Punk might go away too. Seth is with Paul Heyman and they just running through the Raw division. or something like that. I know a lot of people were saying put the title on Seth as quickly as Backlash, and I'm like, damn, bro, at least give Jey Uso a run with the title. Like,
Yeah.
a cool 3 months, I'm all right with that. Like, I don't need a bunch of long title reigns. Cool 3, 4 months for Jay is cool, and then you can have the Jay and Seth match. It's a lot of history there. Um, so yeah, I'm interested. I think coming out of WrestleMania, and it's maybe the way for most people, that is the most interesting thing coming out of WrestleMania is what Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman could do together.
Yeah, I agree. Because I just feel like those three, they were so tied in for the last few months
Yeah,
that like it's I'm very intrigued who's gonna be the odd man out who just goes on and do something different and just not be involved in it. But also I feel like in a way they're gonna kind of be involved just because Paul Heyman's
yeah.
involved. So like it's
Paul
on,
Heyman is the connector.
yeah.
The
So
connector.
and Paul Heyman's always gonna connect the three in some way. So I just it's gonna be funny to see how they work this out. I do like the idea of heel Seth though. I'm excited to see Seth go back heel. That's
Don't
like
fumble it.
I love heel Seth. I love it. I just feel like that's when he's at his best. Some people are just better at heels. I don't think Seth was a bad baby face, but
No,
I just think he's a great heel.
yeah. It seems like most talents work better as heels, but everybody can't be a heel. Then there will be no baby faces.
Yeah, I feel like the baby face thing. There's just no room for error. You kind of got
No.
to be perfect. As a heel, you can kind of fuck up sometimes, and it's okay. Like you kind of get a lot more leadway as a heel.
Yeah.
Become a babyface can essentially be the kiss of death.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard. So that's why some people just ain't in that rush to switch. Like everybody wanted John Cena to switch, but everybody not John Cena.
Everybody not jealousy.
We can skip tonight too, since we already talked. Congratulations, Seth Rollins. Though
Yeah, congrats, Seth Rollins. He
I'm
deserves it.
very, very fucking happy for him. He got his big main event, won, pinned Roman Reigns too. By the way, we didn't
Mhm.
mention that Roman was the one that ate the pin. I was very curious of who got pinned in this match. It being Roman Reigns was not one of the options.
That was very interesting. I didn't think Roman would get pinned at all. I didn't think Roman would win. I thought it would just come down to Punk and Rollins, but I think it's a great idea to have Seth and Roman because it kind of goes back to the whole "you never beat me" thing, blah blah blah. Um, but I did agree with that.
And he essentially kind of like, I would say, going from backstabbing him before with the steel chair, he not wanting to get to the last laugh unless they continue this feud. That might be actually the angle. Since he pinned Roman, Roman might actually be the guy that stays in the feud. And now we get Seth versus Roman at SummerSlam. I don't know what Punk is doing, but they might fuck around and make him the special guest referee
I feel like Roman and Seth should be a WrestleMania main event type thing, but I don't think they're gonna try to tell this whole story.
for a
This
year. Yeah, for a
whole
whole
year.
year. Yeah, that's where if they drug this whole story out for a year, then it just becomes watered down. It's kind of like
It's gonna
okay,
get so stale,
and
man.
it's like we already dealt with years of the bloodline story. We're still in the bloodline story, I guess. Technically,
Technically, the bloodline is over.
yeah, I guess so. They
Yeah.
did kind of just, yeah. I don't know. I feel like they might randomly just bring it back.
The WWE loves to just bring back random nostalgia shit. Like I'll give it to them last year, bringing back the OG Bloodline made sense because they're going against Bloodline
Yeah.
2.0. But it's like, bro, I promise you, if John Moxley was still in WWE as Dean Ambrose, we would be having like so many freaking Shield reunions. It's
Oh yeah.
ridiculous. Like,
Well, they
give it
they've
a few
mentioned
years, bro. They're
they've
gonna do the
mentioned
same shit to
Moxley
the
and Dean
Bloodline.
Ambrose a few times this week,
He
in the
did,
last few
especially Seth
weeks.
Rollins. Yeah.
So I let you know that's the forbidden door.
I don't think he ever coming back. If he does, it's gonna be a long time.
Yeah, I saw people on Twitter saying his contract over until 2027. So
I
triple.
tweeted last night. I was like, during the triple threat, I was like, damn, this supposed to be Roman, Seth, and Dean in this main event. Like,
Yeah.
We got the Shield triple threat match, but it wasn't at WrestleMania, so to me, it ain't fucking count. Um, but it just sucks that like we don't have all of the Shield in the WWE, and we don't have the four horsewomen because Sasha is gone. I'm sorry, Mercedes is gone and Mox is gone. So it is what it
I
is.
mean, there is a world where the forbidden door gets open.
I don't know about that door.
Not that one. It was only
Nah.
with TNA
Not
and
anytime soon. Nah.
too much. Like
I don't think
this.
ever actually.
You think both sides can come to an agreement?
No,
No,
not AEW or WWE.
because I it'll probably be money, and I feel like AEW will probably feel slighted in the money that the WWE would probably be wanting the splits to be.
When it comes to shit like that, someone's always gonna feel slighted. That's why it's like, yeah, I can't see it happening.
You can't see it happening. Yeah, I mean they did it with TNA.
I would
So,
love it.
but
TNA.
and TNA and AEW though.
Yeah.
So, so we can go tonight too. We got Rhea, Sky, and Bianca. This match was amazing. I thought this match was amazing. I thought literally every match on here was amazing. If you ask me for night two,
Every match on night two.
yeah, I don't think
Um,
there was one match where I would be like, I mean, the Randy Orton and the Randy Orton challenge one was a little dry. I will say, just because it was short. I didn't expect a lot. Um, but I will say from start to finish, most of these matches are like really good. B plus to A matches for me.
I enjoyed it. It's two matches I didn't really care for much, but what was the first match again?
Rhea the triple threat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Phenomenal. One of the best. Following like that triple threat match from night one, and for them to put on that performance, it's just like
Yeah,
amazing.
I had saw somebody saying that Ripley, Sky, and Bianca probably felt disrespected for having open, and I don't think people generally understand how important being an opener is and how
Yeah.
it's essentially the second most important match other than the main event. You
Mhm.
essentially set the tone for the whole show. Opening isn't a slight. Opening is a sign of respect. Like
It's a sign of respect. Like we trust you.
it's a 100% a sign of respect because we trust you to set the whole tone for the rest of the show. Like that's literally what you're doing. And I thought Rhea, Sky, and Bianca set the whole tone for the whole damn show to where they got you up, you on the edge of your seats, you fucking got you like you hyped. They got the whole adrenaline rush throughout the whole building. Rhea, Bianca, and Sky delivered a phenomenal match. And I thought Io winning was perfect. Because the whole time throughout this feud, they treated it as if she was not the prize. They treated this like it was Rhea versus Bianca, if we being honest.
They did.
And I love the fact that Io, they even tried to do it at the beginning of the match. They
Oh,
like,
yeah, they did. And
they
Io
literally
stopped.
did the same shit where it was Rhea versus Bianca and Io tried to get involved and they fucking shoved her out and then she started whooping their ass and then she really started going. Io was so damn good in this match. Like
Io was good at every
from the
match.
offensive side, from the defensive side, from the selling, she was doing everything. Like when she tried to do the moonsault on Rhea, she took the boot to the face and she sold that beautifully. When they did um the triple suplex off the top rope and Io fell flat
Yeah.
on her face, she popped up and like sold that. When her face hit the fucking turnbuckle, not the turnbuckle, but the metal part extended from the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
She sold that beautifully. She was in her fucking bag the whole match, and I just thought they all delivered. But Io really deserved her flowers for this match.
I personally didn't want Io to win. I wanted Bianca to win. I also don't know why all these crowds are going Bianca now. It's beyond me. Um, but yeah, like for them to even be able to come out after that triple threat from last night and put on the performance they did to the point where some people are saying, it was better than the night one main event. I personally don't agree. I just can see how someone would say that.
Yeah,
Um, but this is how you set the tone off for WrestleMania. This was a great way to do it. It worked. The crowd was hot. The crowd was into it. We were energized for the next match.
yeah, exactly. And I personally did want Bianca to win because I was just like, we don't build up this streak to just end it in a random triple threat.
Yeah.
I think you got to keep it sacred. I was like, let her be the female version of Undertaker. Let her streak be something significant. I know Brock ended Undertaker's streak, so that therefore it kind of people discuss the significance of it and did they really use it properly or whatever. The fact that they didn't learn from that lesson and Bianca's essentially, I don't think Io needed this win to be catapulted. I think she was going to be who she is regardless.
With this match, I was disappointed that Bianca took the pin.
Yeah, I was
Seemed
too.
like Rhea Ripley is just protected with everything, but whatever. Um, yeah, like I said, I wanted Bianca to win. Io won, which was cool. I think Io makes the most sense. Like you said, they've been telling the story. They're not really paying attention to her. They're paying attention to each other. And she swoops in, steals the victory, and retains the title. Io is one of the most popular like women wrestlers on the planet right now. So
Yeah,
seeing last year walking into WrestleMania as champ and losing, and this year walking into WrestleMania as champ and winning. So um, nice experience.
yeah. I like the way she won. Moonsault of the top
Yeah.
belt. With them focusing on each other, essentially encapsulating what you just said. She came in and swooped the win. Like,
Yep.
I
And they
thought,
literally,
yeah, I thought it was followed up beautifully with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. This whole feud has been
yeah.
cinema, and I think this just speaks to Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. I feel like both of them know how to cook up a good feud, and you put them two together, and it's a movie. Like, from all the stuff backstage, from Drew getting choke slammed into a car and glass in his eye, and then we thinking, oh shit, is he gonna wrestle with an eye patch? And then he eventually gets medically cleared, and him static shocking DDT and him on the steel steps, and it he did that in this match too,
He did
which
the
was
same thing
crazy.
on the steps.
I thought this match I thought it being a street fight was the most ideal way for it to go.
Yeah, I agree. It being a street fight was right. This WrestleMania needed a stipulation match. They were the right ones to give it to. Like I said, I went to the concessions during Damian Priest's entrance. Didn't miss too much of the match. Once I got back in the seat, I had missed like maybe a few seconds to a minute, 3 minutes. And they said, no, you haven't missed anything. It's just, they haven't really, never mind, don't worry about that. How can I say this?
What you trying to say?
They delivered.
Yeah,
Drew McIntyre won. The right person won.
yeah. I was very happy with the fact that Drew won. By the way,
I don't know why I expected it to go longer. And I'm not saying like, you know, I expected it to go longer. I was going to say I expected a little more violence, but to be honest, I think there was a good amount of violence. Um, the table spot right before Drew won,
oh yeah,
where Damian was walking the
yeah,
ropes and Drew threw him off and he
yeah,
went to the goddamn table. That was amazing.
yeah.
I don't know if
Cause
you noticed Drew did the tweet thing again.
oh yeah, we was talking about it. It literally had like over 1,000 likes in 2 minutes. Like
Damn,
that's over 100,000 likes in 2 minutes.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how everybody flooded to his Twitter that fast.
That's crazy.
But
But for a match that like when it was announced that this was going to happen, I didn't care about, and they did a really good job building this feud and making me care. I think they delivered on the match, and at this point in the show, I was like 2 for 2.
yeah, that's exactly what I was like. They got you on the edge of your seat 2 matches in a row. Like that's how good it was.
Now, imagine if the tag team match, SmackDown TLC match was on this show.
Was
So
following it up. I will say the ending of it was crazy. From him going through those tables, Drew picking him
yeah,
up, and then a claymore onto the chair that was pinned in between the turn. I was like, oh,
That was cool.
that was cool as fuck. Like you talking about creating a creative ending. That right there was amazing. I was just like,
That was cool.
there was that I couldn't have imagined a better way to get creative to end the match.
Nah, that was cool. I wouldn't even have thought about something like that. Like that was a dope way to finish.
That's a new devastating move that Drew can now add to his bag.
Yeah.
That's a new he can now that could be something where he really fuck you up with.
Like if he really trying to take you out type of thing, like
Yeah.
he can do that.
Yeah, this could be his version of the Randy Orton punt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
this could be that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the ads and Christian Concerto type.
yes, this could be his thing. The fact that in this match he potentially found his thing, like his death blow type of move.
And
Oh
just like only bring it out on occasions like
yeah,
for real beefs. Like, yeah.
like I'm trying to
I
end your
agree. That's
shit.
a good point.
Yeah, I really hope that that's the angle that they take that with.
I would
Don't
like
let,
to see that move again. That was pretty
yeah,
cool.
do not let this be the last time we see that, please. I just
Yeah, man. Like, start letting Drew get these boys concussions, bro. Like, pass out CTE like they pamphlets. Like, when you come from the market or something, or you come from Target and you go to your park calling somebody and put the advertisement card on your joint. Drew need to be handing out concussions just like that with that move.
and a static shock DDT on the steel steps.
The future shot DD.
Future shock
I
DDT.
heard the first time I was
I keep
like,
saying static. I don't know why.
I think I was like, damn, I kind of like static shock DDT better.
But no, the future shock DDT on the steel steps. That's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
he could do that a little bit more frequently. But the Claymore one,
Damian took a beat in this match, man.
he did. He did. Ain't no. He seemed like he pretty good at it though.
He'll be all right. He'll
No,
be all right.
because he definitely will hand out a beating too.
Not for sure. I
I,
like Damian Priest.
no, it seems like Damian Priest. He has chemistry with whatever he's wrestling with.
Yeah, I mean,
Because even him and Gunther wrestled, and I was like, I'm interested to see how two big boys really go at it. And they gave us
yeah,
a good match, and I was like, whoa.
they
They,
had a decent match.
yeah, nah, him and Drew, two big boys again, going at it. They fucking deliver. So it seems like no matter who, whether it's Finn Balor or it's Drew, Gunther or Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest said he can hang with whoever, no matter what their size is.
Yeah.
Next one we got. This is the Braun Breaker paint the Dominic and Finn Balor. And I will say, man, you doing it. I did not think Dom was winning this match. But I will fucking say, when I saw that he won the match, I was screaming for joy. I was just like, what? Like, it was shocking.
I don't know if y'all could hear it watching it on TV, but Dom winning got the loudest reaction of the weekend up to that point.
Oh wow, that's
Like
amazing.
the stadium went crazy when Dom won. Like even times where it looked like he was about to win, we were all standing up going crazy. Like, bro, we all wanted Dom to win.
Yeah.
And then when he's like running up the ramp, I don't even think this was planned. I think he just did this. And he
Oh
ran
yeah, hey, yes. I was like, yeah, Dom. I was over here like, yeah, Dom. Fuck that. Fuck running up the ramp. This shit ain't over. Have your
Nah,
moment, Dom.
yeah,
Have your moment. If they get on
get
your
your
ass in
moment.
if they get on your ass in Gorilla, just say fuck y'all. I want to have my moment. Y'all could
Yep.
extend the show a little bit. Y'all, we don't got a guaranteed end time. They could have definitely. Hey, nah, man. I was like, do your shit, Dom. Cause Finn Balor, when Dom ran past him, looked confused. He was like, "That's you probably couldn't see it because you was." But like when Dom ran past Finn Balor was right behind him, and Finn Balor looked completely confused on what the hell Dom was doing.
Shout out to Finn. Shout out to Penta. Shout out to Braun Breaker. I think this was the third best match out of the 2 nights of WrestleMania. Um, wait, am I forgetting one? Hold on.
Is it the third? Probably, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, it's the third best. It's the third best. I'm thinking about NXT. It's the third of the
Yeah,
two WrestleMania nights.
I would agree.
I would put Roman, Punk, Seth first, and
Ripley.
Rhea, Io, and Bianca, and then this match.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I would agree, and I would honestly put Damian and Drew right after them.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. I don't know. I think I would put LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. That's a toss up for me. So
yeah, it's I can see that.
yeah.
Um, but no, I'm so happy for Dominic. I didn't know if he was ready to carry a title. Um,
Find out.
if they would have went with someone else, I wouldn't have been mad at that either. Or if they would
I
have had
don't
Ron.
think I don't think I don't think there's a single person in this match I would have been upset if they lost.
Exactly, that's what I wouldn't have been upset with any direction that they went. If they would have wanted to keep it on Braun Breaker, I'd have been like, shout out to Braun Breaker. I'm very happy for him to have his moment. If they want to build up Penta immediately and give him the title, I would have been like, sure, let's rock with it. If they want to give Dom his moment after the years of him being a heel and like we seeing him develop in the ring and then continuing to work and progress on becoming a better in ring competitor, let's do it. If it's Finn Balor, who's been nicknamed Pin Balor, you want to
And
give
he
him
got
a
pinned again
yeah,
tonight.
he did. You want to give him a whole new look? Let's do it. I felt like there was so many different angles, but giving it to Dom is I feel like that's the right one. That's
That's the
that's
right
probably
one.
my favorite outcome.
Clearly the crowd agrees. Getting babyface reactions, man.
So
I
do
know
you?
his two daddy's so proud.
I was talking about this. I was just like, he just needs to change his finisher. If his whole personality is that his dad is a deadbeat and he never did shit for him and whatnot, I just feel like having your dad's finishing move just for me still just looks
Um,
weird.
it feels like his finishing move is more so the frog splash than the 619.
Yeah, but also I think
Because his 619
it's
is
kind of
bad.
weak.
Like
It's weak.
it's weak as hell. It's
I
so goddamn weak. He don't
also
get no feed on that mud. Like,
also
nah.
think the frog splash. I don't know. Frog splashes only fit certain people. I don't think
I
it fit
like the
him.
frog splash. It doesn't fit him though.
Yeah,
He can keep doing the frog splash. That's cool. I would like him to get like his own finisher though.
I just think certain. Yeah, I agree. But frog splashes for guys like Eddie, Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam frog splash used to look painful. I
He
don't know
used
what
to try to put you through the mat.
I don't know what he did differently than everybody else.
He got higher on his than everybody else, it seemed like.
Yeah, but when he made that contact and he even would be wincing in pain, it would be like, oh shit. And then the Randy open invitation, I
Okay.
thought was not delivered at the level that I didn't give a fuck about Joe Henry.
Um,
I get that he is his name and he gets a reaction, but I
mhm.
personally I would have more so been in favor of like a nostalgia return of some sort.
Like
That's
what?
why when I saw on Twitter that they was pitching Jeff Hardy, I was legitimately on stream saying it's probably gonna be Jeff Hardy because he just was NXT. He did a few matches at NXT recently. I was like, it probably only makes sense that it's probably gonna be Jeff Hardy for the replacement. But
Jeff Hardy would have been amazing.
yeah, he's already been working with the company,
Mhm.
so it seemed like to me it only made sense.
I would have loved Jeff Hardy. The stadium would have popped for Jeff Hardy. I was thinking Rusev, but then I had to. Here's the thing. Here's why they probably didn't go with Jeff Hardy. Well, no, because okay, let me say why they probably didn't go with Rusev, which is what I thought they would do. You don't want to have Randy lose at WrestleMania right now.
Yeah,
And if you bring in someone back like Rusev and you're trying to rebuild him, you can't have them lose their first match back.
yeah,
See at WrestleMania. So you got to scrap that. Why they didn't do Jeff Hardy, I don't know. I was going to say people don't want to see Jeff Hardy lose. And that's probably true. People probably would have want to see Jeff win. I think people can stomach Joe Hendry losing because he's with TNA. He's
yeah.
the TNA champion. And so a lot of people consider TNA more on par with NXT than WWE. So it's like you're not
Wait, ain't the
expecting.
Hardy Boys with TNA too?
I mean, yeah, but that's the Hardy Boys. That's different.
Oh,
The Hardy Boys is like the Hardy Boys. Joe Hendry got made his name in TNA, so he's a TNA superstar. The Hardy Boys just happen to be in TNA. If you,
oh,
I mean, like,
yeah.
so
Is Joe Hendry ever coming over? Do you think he's a guy that's gonna
I think
eventually come over?
WWE is featuring him a lot on their main roster stuff because eventually they're gonna end up signing him away from TNA. And
Mm.
they're trying to set it up to where the crowd already knows who he is. He has a following in the crowd already. So when they follow him, when they sign him, it's not that much work to do, which
I
is
thought
nasty business, but it is what it is.
somebody told me his finish move being a choke slam is kind of crazy to me.
You got to see it. It's really good.
It is.
It
I
is
haven't
so
seen him execute it, but it also don't sound right for a dude that's. It seems like a big dude finisher. He's not a
But
big dude.
he's a strong big dude. He's not a tall big dude.
Yeah.
But he does it like he lifts you up and he jumps with it, or kind of, and he falls with you. Like it's not like a
It's not
boom.
like a Big Show or
Yeah,
Undertaker
like
type choke slam.
he picks you up and falls with you. And I
Similar
think he
to similar to like the
standing over
South of
you.
Heavens.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
Um, he calls it like the standing ovation, I think, something like that. But I wasn't expecting Joe Hendry. It was a cool moment.
Yeah.
Obviously the match wasn't long, which was okay too.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
the,
the
the
Kevin
moment
Owens
where
the Kevin Owens Randy match was not going to be that short. This is just something
no, no,
just
no.
to fill the time.
Yeah, the Randy Kevin Owens match definitely would have been longer. Um, the moment where he does the head turn and gets the RKO is
Oh yeah, and then Randy fucking holds his arms up twice, shows him off to the crowd, and then tells him to walk out the ring. Then he like, nah, come back here. Here go another RKO for your ass. I was like,
hilarious.
hey, shout out to
And
Randy.
Randy does the turn, which
Randy's
that was
like
cool.
he's. It's so weird to see him utilize his heel tactics in a babyface way.
Yeah, it's like what Stone Cold used to do.
Yeah, like he's literally in a babyface role, but he's still doing his heel stuff. Like
Yep.
I fuck with it.
I love Randy Orton, man. Y'all can't make me hate Randy Orton. I love Randy. I know people don't hate Randy Orton. I'm not saying that people are constantly doing it, but I love Randy,
I
man.
was so excited with him and KO's match, man. I was so I that was one of my must watches for the whole card. Like
It's very much.
That match was gonna be. I felt Kevin Owens and Randy just those are just two guys who don't fuck up a, a match. Like they both deliver at a high level, and like you just knew that match with them two was gonna be good. And Kevin
It,
Owens' work has just been so fucking good lately.
it would have been a great match for sure. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to see it.
Yeah, I hope KO get well soon, and hopefully we can see him next year at Mania or
I
some.
don't think we're gonna see him next year. You can actually, I guarantee we won't.
Uh, yeah, I hope so.
Not saying he won't come back at all, but
Yeah,
like I don't think there's a chance we see him at WrestleMania next year.
yeah. You just never know with these neck injuries, man.
Because like Edge in 2003 messed up his neck,
Yeah,
and he messed it up in the beginning of the year. He missed WrestleMania 19 and 20.
mm-hmm.
And at the time, well, I was a kid at the time, so I don't know what they were saying. I don't know if they were saying, "Oh, he may not come back from this," but saying that Kevin Owens, may not come back. They say he could miss probably like 2 years. Who knows? Like
Yeah,
it just sucks. I just, if we get to see him back someday at all, that's cool with me. It doesn't have to
yeah.
be soon. I just want to see him back.
Uh, that Edge shit was crazy because when he officially retired, that shit hurt, man. That shit hurt. And then
Yeah.
like it's fun. It's crazy hearing the story about how he found out he could wrestle again. That man was riding a bike through the mountains and fell,
Yeah.
and was like, "Oh shit, I didn't feel pain."
Yeah.
He was just like, "I didn't feel pain." Like he's used to feeling a certain type of pain, and he didn't feel it, and he was just like, oh shit, I can wrestle again. And
That's a junkie for your ass, boy.
that is like falling off a bike was his like what is it like his realization that he can get back in the ring.
Yeah.
And he made that phone call.
Yeah.
He made that phone call as soon as when he fell off that bike. The only thing on his mind was, I got to get back in the ring. I love that. I love that story. That's such a crazy story that.
You goddamn junkie.
And he's still going.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He be looking old as fucking AEW.
Man, cut that shit out. Actually, matter of fact, I don't even know what you're talking about. As far as I know, Edge retired. I don't know who the fuck that is in AEW. I don't know who that is. I don't know no Adam Copeland. I don't know Cope. I don't know none of that shit. Edge retired in 2023. His last match was against Sheamus. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there. I ain't even going to acknowledge it.
He actually changed his name again.
Yeah, Cope, the rated R star Cope.
Yes, yeah.
Man, get out of there with that shit. Let's talk about WrestleMania. Actually, not because the show went down after this.
Yeah, it went Logan Paul, AJ Styles.
Hey, bro.
Logan Paul got the political win.
Let me tell you.
We know how that shit went. I don't think has he lost at Mania?
Yeah, he has.
Oh yeah, didn't he wrestle John? No, he beat John. No,
he wrestled Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, yeah, he that. Him and John haven't wrestled. I don't know why I thought him and John wrestled.
Yeah, him and John haven't wrestled.
But what was you about to get into?
The crowd was dead for this, bro. This match had no juice, no sauce. Like, it just had nothing. Like,
well, I don't think the WWE community is fond of Logan Paul.
They're not, but even still, like, a good match is a good match.
Yeah, I think
it's boring.
I thought they gave us a decent match, like for in-ring talent. I thought they had a good match for talent. I don't think people cared about the story and Logan Paul. I think that's more so what the issue is. There was no build to this. It was a slight build, but even then, people weren't interested in the build.
That too, and they really didn't do anything in the match to make us care outside of doing some good moves, which, I mean, we all knew y'all could do already. So,
yeah, I just knew they would produce some highlights. It's Logan and AJ. We already knew that they both can wrestle at a high level. But there was just no story to this that, like, would, as a viewer, it's just a match on the card.
Yeah.
It's not nothing for me to really look like and be like, okay, what's next? I don't know what the fuck is next. I know that these two aren't going to wrestle again next.
I hope not.
I just know the next thing is going to be Logan at SummerSlam. They're going to put...
they about to do Logan Paul versus fucking Jey Uso for the championship watch.
At Backlash?
I don't know. They going to do it within like 2-3 months. Before SummerSlam.
Do you know how much heat Logan's going to get in that feud? It's going to be so lost.
Prime Dominic Mysterio heat.
Yes, that's exactly what it's going to be. Those boos are going to be heavy. It's going to be like Charlotte and Chicago type boos.
Yeah.
This one was the Becky Lynch return. This one, I'm happy you ain't leave and go get concessions. You would have missed.
Nah, because I knew she was coming back, so I didn't.
You knew?
Yeah.
How you knew?
I called it. I'm not the only one though. When they said that Bailey went down, it was kind of obvious at that point. Some people didn't think it was Becky. I think most of the people on Twitter did. The guys I was sitting to in the arena, I told them, I said, I think pretty sure it's Becky, and they was like, really?
I had started getting a little tingle. It was Becky closer to the match because we was talking about it in chat or whatever. And then somebody had said Becky Lynch, and I was like, hold on. That makes sense. Like, that makes sense. Liv essentially retired her or whatever, wrote her ass off. So she comes back in the tag team match that Liv's involved in. at WrestleMania, it makes perfect sense for this to be the return. Like it
And her and Lyra Valkyria are both Irish friends.
exactly, yeah, and they're both from, yeah.
She
So
was quite literally the only one that made sense. Honestly, like she was the only one that made sense. That's why it was so obvious. And like it pisses me off. It don't piss me off. It just bothers me a little bit because it's like Bailey's not really injured. They did
yeah,
this for storyline reasons. They said this was the plan. And this all another report came out where it was like they had been talking about bringing Becky Lynch back. They were just looking for the right creative reason. And you thought this was it? Like
yeah,
Liv Morgan bust her ass last year to carry the women's division, in my opinion, to be atop the women's division. And she gets rewarded with some last minute tag team match where Becky Lynch, who was gone for an entire year, comes back and wins a championship at WrestleMania and pins Liv Morgan to do it.
yeah.
Just bothers me a little bit, man. So.
Well, I also think it just buys into their feud. I think they also they're about to have a feud 2.0. I think it's gonna go into that again.
Have Liv Morgan go after the Intercontinental Championship, her and Dom together with champion with the Intercontinental Championships.
I wouldn't be mad at that, but who knows? I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I would be excited for that. I thought they would both have tag. I thought they were going to Monday Night Raw both as champions. I for sure thought I was like, oh shit, Dom won. Oh, that means him and Liv really finna be flexing. They finna really be both walking around with gold. They the gold couple. Like I thought that's what was about to start going on. But then I saw
Yeah, for
Liv
like a
lose.
few hours.
Yeah, and then Liv lost, and I was like, oh shit.
Nope.
I'm happy to see Becky Lynch back. Very happy to see her back.
You know,
She's probably gonna open a show tomorrow.
happy to see her back, but just wish things was different. That's all.
Yeah, she's definitely probably opening tomorrow. And
Nah, hell nah.
you think it's Seth?
Opening the show,
Yeah.
it's either Seth or Jey Uso. It's probably Jey
Oh
Uso.
yeah. Becky's gonna have her own little segment though.
Yeah.
I actually kind of when they showed Becky celebrating Seth Rollins' win in Gorilla, I was like,
Mhm.
oh shit, why she here? I was a little skeptical then, but I was like, nah, it's just
I
his
think she's
wife.
there a lot. I just think she don't post on social media.
Yeah, she be trying to be low key, and
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm not mad at that. And
Yeah, amen.
then we got the main event: Cody Rhodes, John Cena. A lot of different opinions on this main event.
Mhm.
I will say, to me, it delivered to a certain degree. I do love John Cena's switch in style of wrestling.
Mhm.
This man is fucking phenomenal. He really bought into the heel wrestling role.
He did. I think he just did heel work.
He literally wrestled like I was like, even like the shoulder blocks into the. He even changed all of that.
He did the pace, like he changed the pace of it to make it
Yes,
fast.
and he made it look more like intense.
He don't want you to get excited about it.
Exactly. I honestly enjoyed his entrance. I thought his entrance was fucking cinema. It's
I
pretty
do
much a
too.
big fuck you to the crowd. Y'all don't get no colors or no flash. This is gonna be a
Oh,
black and white entrance. I'm gonna walk out with no emotions, my head down. I'm gonna go in this ring and I'm here to take care of business. I came here for business to win a championship, not to entertain y'all ass. And I fucking love that.
yeah, he meant that shit too, because he did not entertain us at all.
Yeah. His
That match was
presence
fucking boring.
his presence
Match was fucking boring, bro. Like, for the main event of WrestleMania, match was fucking boring. And I'm
Hey,
sorry, I might rant for a little bit,
I want to hear it.
but like, bro, Triple H got me fucked up, man. Like, Triple H spent every goddamn week, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, putting all his time into these fucking video packages, promoting his career because he going into the goddamn Hall of Fame, and he ain't spend no time to write a decent story for the
Mm.
main event of WrestleMania. This is what we got. Cody Rhodes, who broke a historic championship reign when he beat Roman Reigns in WrestleMania last year. His
Yes.
reign ends because John Cena gets help from Travis Scott.
That was so fucking confusing, bro.
Who do y'all think Travis Scott is? Michael Jackson? Like, he's not even, you think he like Mike Tyson? Like, Travis Scott, cool.
Yeah.
But the world not checking for Travis Scott, bro.
It wasn't even like a. It wasn't even like Bad Bunny. Like Bad Bunny is somebody that actually wrestles, and we've seen him in the ring, and we like, oh shit, we like Bad Bunny as a
Bad Bunny
wrestler.
bigger than Travis Scott.
Yeah, but like we was like Travis Scott.
Travis Scott?
That whole segment was like, what the fuck? And I
Like,
was
bro,
like, and you know what I was like? I was like, oh wait, this is how they gonna play it. This gonna be like, oh, Travis wasn't enough. That his interference wasn't enough. Here come Dwayne.
right, right,
I thought that was the angle that they were going.
right.
None of that happened. And I'm not saying you need Dwayne to complete a main event. I'm not
No, no,
saying
no,
that.
no, no, no.
I am not saying that. But he was involved in this story, and it
You need
start.
him to complete this one.
Yeah, he needed to be in this one in some way, shape, or form.
Because
But
to be honest, you if he wasn't gonna show up for this feud or be involved in it, you could have told the story of John Cena turning heel without
without
the
him,
one.
yeah,
Honestly, you could have done it at WrestleMania.
yeah,
You could have like throughout this whole build, it could have been all respect. John Cena, hey, look, you used to drive me around. I mentored you, taught you everything you know. You learned from me. Look at you now. You at the top. It's an honor to be able to go up against you. But I taught you everything you know. I didn't teach you everything I know. Something, that mentor mentee relationship, having that feud, it gets a little heated from there, from time to time, but it's respect. Come WrestleMania. Also, this don't include Travis Scott. He's not included at all. He don't fucking show up in this feud.
he just stays as
So
he stays as the anthem for the. He could just be the
yes,
he could be the anthem all he want.
he could be the anthem all he want. He could perform. He could smoke his weed in the stadium. I don't care. Keep him away from this shit. So WrestleMania gets here. We got this match between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. It's not slow and methodical because John's not a heel. Or maybe John just can't work fast like he used to. That's a possibility.
Yeah, you could definitely tell he's not
He's
able to
old.
move. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's not.
and his moves was kind of just eh.
Yeah, I mean that's always kind of been the case, but um, so you get to WrestleMania and John Cena just can't do it. Can't put Cody Rhodes down, and he cheats to win during the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a ref bump, and he's trying to do the right thing. Cody is trying to do the right thing. Cody resists. John Cena low blows him, hits him with the title, wakes the ref up, boom, wins, turns heel. You don't need The Rock if this motherfucker wasn't going to show up. He showed up at Bad Blood last year, doing like this, didn't amount to anything. He showed up at NXT one day just to talk and curse and amounted to nothing. He showed up at Elimination Chamber talking about he wants Cody's soul, got everybody thinking it's about to be this new corporate faction, and we ain't seen the bald head motherfucker since. So I don't know what's your purpose, brother?
I'm
Like, do you just show up to work and be like, hey, write me into this? Oh, well, what else we gonna do? Fuck that. Who cares? Like, I'm the Rock. God damn it. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't go do your movies, bro. I know Black Adam failed. I told you about this. I know Black Adam failed. Go try to make something else, but please stay away from this shit. Please. You're not making anything better. I promise.
I keep seeing on the internet that him and Triple H have beef. Where does that stem from? Do you know?
I don't think they have beef for real, but both of their egos are so big, they probably just clash so much.
Mm.
Because Triple H is in his own head too. Triple H will book some bullshit and tell you, oh yeah, we're playing a long game. No, you're not. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is the main event of WrestleMania, bro.
Well,
Like,
people are also mad to the fact that I'm seeing people say that Triple H gave his Hall of Fame speech and never mentioned The Rock. or Dwayne. And
Probably
that
didn't. I
and
mean, granted, the speech was an hour and 7 minutes, so if he ain't get mentioned one time, it's kind of if you talk for an hour and 7 minutes and I don't get mentioned, god damn it. Damn, what I do? Like, what the fuck? What I do? Damn, you sat up there and talked that long and I couldn't get 3 seconds?
yeah.
Yeah, who knows? There might be something. You know what the beef probably is? Dwayne probably always showing up to an arena last minute and
Hey.
saying, write me into this story. I don't care if it makes sense. Why?
Hey,
Right.
hey, him showing up the bad blood last year was so funny.
Make no
He
sense.
showed up at the end of the show and just stood at the end of the tunnel and then just
Everybody,
walked away.
you know how bad it is, bro? It's so bad that people tried to make themselves believe it's like, oh, when he went like this, it was like, one, two, three, or like three people. No, he didn't know what it meant. He was just out there doing shit and he gaslighting y'all into thinking he was setting some shit up. He's not. The Rock is an egomaniac. That motherfucker will tell you anything he can tell you to help you believe that he knows what the fuck he's doing. He
he,
don't. He just want to be on TV.
he want the crowd pop still. He probably still loves the crowd pop.
Stop booing him for real. Please.
He probably wouldn't know the difference.
He would. He just wouldn't care.
Hey, I didn't realize you had so much heat towards him just because he fucked up the feud.
And look, it was already boiling up at one point, but after tonight, yeah, bro, he can kiss my ass. Like you can't even show up for this.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, he started all of it, and he wasn't there to finish it. Unless there's the long game. You know, he always said we playing the long game. The Bloodline story, he says it's the long game. That's why I say there's probably another version of the Bloodline story that's going to come back. Because he has continually said that there's a long game with the Bloodline story.
We need to get Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. That's the only bloodline story I want to see.
Yeah.
As far as Dwayne and Triple H go, both of them kiss my ass. I spent too much money on this trip for that main event. Bullshit. So come Monday night, y'all better deliver. I'm telling you.
This main event was. Is Cena's advertised for tomorrow,
Yeah,
by the
he'll be
way.
there.
So, at least you'll get your. You think he's gonna have the same black and white interest? Is that his new interest now that he's heel? The black and
Yeah, just
white,
walking down.
just
Probably.
the just the black and white with the belt.
I think it's clever. I like it.
Yeah, he's not even gonna walk around with the belt. He's just gonna have it around his waist.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing since Cena gonna be there, Cody Rhodes is probably gonna be there. Um,
Probably, yeah.
they're gonna have some sort of interaction. There's just no way. It's just Cena. I feel like that's gonna be some sort of. I'm with you on the Travis Scott shit. Because now, what the fuck is he?
Two of the biggest moments in WWE history, and Travis Scott is in the middle of it. For what?
Just for money. It's the money thing. It's
They
so
trying to
weird.
get mainstream clicks and they trying to get people to come in. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, before we stop talking about this and before this skips my mind, there are very few things in wrestling that piss me off more than a baby face that is so righteous that they're stupid. John Cena beat you to a bloody pulp with your daddy's Rolex wrapped around his fist. You have a chance to knock him upside his goddamn head with a championship. And you so righteous, you like, I can't do it. I would have gave that motherfucker CTE so goddamn.
I agree. I feel like this whole feud has kind of been like protecting Cena. The only thing he's done is take a crossroads. And honestly, I think I had told
Took
KB
two.
that, yeah, too. I told KB this. I was like, Hollywood's gonna protect him. They involved in this shit whether we want to believe it or not.
Well, maybe that's how he aligned with The Rock, because who knows, man.
They don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah.
If John Cena gets hurt, whatever the film is he's involved in has to
So,
essentially stop.
yeah.
So we're not going to get any crazy matches from John Cena from here on out. They're all going to be similar to this, where they're slow, methodical, and he's going to tell a good story because he's John Cena with the match. But other than that, we're not going to get no really good, crazy John Cena match. We're not going to get a I Quit match that he's so fucking good at. We're not going to get one of those. We're not going to get one of those classic John Cena matches that we're accustomed to. Just because
I
no
don't,
one wants him to get hurt.
I don't like how it happened, but we here now. John Cena's the champion. All I ask is that y'all do it right. That's all I ask, man. That's all I ask. Just do it right. Do it justice. Give us some feuds that we want to see, old and new. That's all I ask.
Do you think there's a world where they use the title to put over a new talent? Or do you think it's going to end up
Fuck no,
being.
that shit goes right back to Cody Rhodes.
You think so?
I would do Braun Breaker, but it's going right back to Cody Rhodes, bro.
You think Braun ready to hang with John on the mic?
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't want to put anybody in that position that's not ready.
Sink
And
or
if,
swim. Fuck it.
yeah, they did that with what's his name?
Tiffany.
No,
Roman?
no, the one that John Cena said, even though I'm bald, you're gonna always suck.
Austin Theory?
Austin Theory.
Oh
They
yeah,
did it. They did it to him twice. They put him in the ring with John Cena, and then they put him in the ring with The Rock, and pretty much do this as sink or swim.
I don't know what Triple H got against Austin Theory, but he
I don't.
hates him.
But like, why would you put him in the ring with both of them?
He hates Austin Theory, bro.
You think so?
He gots to. You don't do that to somebody you like. You just don't.
The
I know
Rock.
for a fact when I wake up in the morning, my voice is going to be shot. I can
Yeah.
feel it already.
The Rock had the crowd calling Austin Theory a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell
He
me,
had
bro.
one side saying you're and then this side say bitch. He said you're
Triple H don't
bitch.
like him, bro. Triple H don't like him, bro. I don't know if Austin Theory said something about his nose one day or something, but Triple H do not like him, bro.
And he failed on his cash ins multiple times.
Bro. Triple H made him cash in money in the bank on the United States champion and
Yeah.
still lose. He hates that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's why I just
Let's
you don't just throw Brian. Let's not throw Brian Break in. Let's leave him out. Maybe one day he can go toe to toe with somebody else.
LA
Maybe
Knight.
yeah.
Nah, LA Knight John Cena.
Oh yeah, LA Knight ready. LA Knight ready for that smoke.
Yeah.
LA Knight want that smoke.
Yeah, on the mic for sure.
Yeah, and in the ring.
Yeah, in the ring too, yeah.
Well, yeah, in the ring he's just much better.
But LA Knight's also like 40 something fucking years old, so I do.
Yeah, he need if it's anybody that really need their moment now, it's LA Knight.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to talk about? Oh, we good.
I think we good. I got my rant out the way. I had to get that off my chest, but I think we good. We touched on everything. I think night 2 was better than night 1 overall. I had a good time, even if it wasn't the best WrestleMania. It's still WrestleMania. I hope you had a good time on your stream with people,
Definitely did. Shout out to the community, man.
and that's what it's all about.
You going out tonight, or you locked in?
Hell nah.
Hell no.
Hell no. I'm tired as hell. It's 11:10. Back home, I'd already be asleep. It'd be 2 a.m.
It is. It's 1 a.m.
I've been out since like 11 or 10 this morning.
11 so early in Vegas.
But I've been like
Yeah,
out.
you've been out. Yeah, you've been out.
Just out. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
That bed finna hit different.
Boy, I'm about to be slumped. And Monday Night Raw ain't until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna eat something, I'm gonna start packing so I ain't gotta pack when I come back from Raw Monday, I can just relax that night, go to sleep early, fly out Tuesday. And that's the
Is that
plan.
a 6 hour flight for you?
It was 5 hours coming here, but the one going back is like 4 hours.
It's always faster going back.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what
I
it
don't know
is.
why.
It's the
Shit
highways.
is
I think it's like the flight highways is what they call it.
maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know if that shit work.
and the wind, and it, oh
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think it's
yeah,
like 4 hours.
but yeah. Vegas is definitely a vibe, man. I'm happy you enjoying yourself.
5 days in Vegas is too much,
It
man.
is
Yeah, these lifts got me fucked up.
summer league right around the corner, so I'm gonna have to do it too.
I'm deciding if I'm going again this year. I don't know.
Hey, you got some time,
Got some time.
but you ain't got a team you a fan of, so you kind of you just there now.
I mean, when I went last year, I didn't watch the Mavs play because y'all show was
Oh, it was during the
doing it.
Mavs
So
game.
yeah, it
Oh,
really didn't even matter to me. I was just watching teams play. But yeah,
all right, man. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in to our WrestleMania reaction. Thought this was a great episode. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We just hit
Mhm.
over 2,000, so we want to keep seeing it grow.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate this, man. We doing our thing over here, man. I'm very happy with what we started. We gonna keep it going for y'all. But make sure y'all all have a great day. Make sure you tune in Raw after Monday. I mean after WrestleMania, and we out, baby.